Go round to I say. Mama Seta. I should do, I should tell, I should want vibrations, every bucka. May your mind, buckas, and souls be old. May your homage be sound. May your buckas be leaven off ground. When we keep to the breath, to the orth, to the mothor, to the seon, the soul of Ra guides and keeps you old. Ayanma. Elai. I say Ra. Elai say El say I. Christ Ore Chaplain Tata Amin Ra. I am Truth Awareness True Talk. Gonna be a part of the greatest transfer of Ma-Elf, that's intelligence, Aminology to Angodu. This is sound logic, and with all that, being a fool is absolutely your choice to raise. Ray 1849. It's not November the 14th. Go to Google, go to Apple, download the Kagodora app. There's absolutely no reaching, no operating your higher self on the Gregorian calendar. All right, you need to get off the Loosh Ledger and get on the Re-Rise Kagodora. All right, go to Jesus.com, sign up, get involved in the Re-Rise. It's about solarization. Yes, there's a big difference when you're operating in your senses. This is a sound mind because your mental health is definitely tethered to your etheric compass. And this is why we're all suffering, because we are not tethered to Ba'am. Okay, we are tethered or tied to the word. Okay, and we have to stop operating by dead symbols. If our senses can't pick it up, then we shouldn't be moving it. All right. I don't consent to draconian state. Hashtag that in your post. Thought is a spore that spawns intelligence. denoffungi.org. We will get that app going. When you sign up at Jesus.com, you also get access to directionary.com. That's the Ta'angodu Sound Logic decoding search engine. There, we have words to counter the dictionary because those words die your erection. And we do that using Ta'angodu because it's a decoding language that allows us to speak motion. Don't forget, we're battling the paranormal mirror league sports simulation. Another angle of attack, inserting ourselves as the sound opposition to this demonic controlled opposition. We're giving our teams a sound spirit. And of course, the camera is focused on the crypto market chart. This is the crypto shit shower. We remind you that holding that blockchain, that umbrella that has no bara L, can't protect you from shithead. All right? So we give you sound logic. That's sound advice. This is not financial advice. This is just putting you in a sound situation so you can make financial choices. All right? So today being 1849, Rio brought it to my attention. And that's Rio Eldu. It's a baka that's utilizing the Kagodora and helping me map out and, just do the exploring and discovering. We're open. We're just sitting back and seeing how everything is responding. And he brought out a good point today that actually hit bang on. I wouldn't have caught it because my brain is not working like his brain when it comes to these things. However, we did see Bitcoin touch the 94 range, okay? And now we have to wait and see. I'm certain it's not always going to happen this way. But, it's not ironic when you have 1-8, which is 9, and you have 4-9, which is 13, which is 1 and 3 equals 4. And Bitcoin hits 94. Okay, you see? This is what we're on today. 1849. Okay? You got that. All right? So that's 9 and the 4, which is 94. Okay, 94 is 13, which would go back to 4 again. So this is why in gematria it reduces to 4. Okay, but the two primary summarized numbers is 9 and 4. Okay, and it is sowa because we're coming from do, we're coming from go, we're coming from ka. So this was the command today. Okay, you got all your juice, so today we're planting. Okay, and so if we're planting today, that means the parasite would be planning to take. Okay, planning to take. Okay, according to the Kagodora, it's planning to take. It doesn't mean it's not going to keep us down in the low, but something is sprouting here that's going to mature around 7, 8, and 9. You're going to be able to see it. Okay, some of the birds can't wait until it's mature. They're going to start pecking hair. Okay, some of them wait until, it shows fruit and they're going to cash out hair because we're getting our hair. Okay, and by it comes to here, it's going to be at the bottoms again. Okay, by the 1s and 2s, it's starting to happen. This is what we saw up here. Okay, so even though this was a fantastic catch, right, I wouldn't have caught it, but at the same time, it is actual fact. Okay, it's actual fact. Like you plant on the soil and the soil is on ground level. Okay, metaphorically. Okay, to put it opposite, we would plant in the ether. Okay, but on the physical plane, okay, in the draconian reality, okay, you sow in the soil. Okay, you got that. So if we're sowing today, so if we're giving something as an investment, this is why I say when you're buying, these are buy zones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 would be buy zones. Okay, on if all things are normal, these are buy zones. These are sell zones, 7, 8, 9. Okay? If you still have a high profit in a 1, I would get rid of it. If it's high in a 2, I would get rid of it. Okay? That's simple as that because it's got to come down. All right? Unless they've passed a midweek reversal, I don't trust that it's going to go up, keep going up. Okay? It's fishing. You got to get out before it comes down. Okay? That's when the algorithm is going to give you the money. You're going to have more successful transactions. The system is not going to blog on you. They'll even pay you an interest level or two sometimes because the algorithm believes it's going to, it's giving, like you're letting it go when it's, has more profit to come. Okay? You can't play the game where you're trying to, catch every cent. Doesn't work that way because they're going to spike it down. They're not going to give you the price that it is anyways. Okay, they're only going to give you what the market value is or better when it's perceived that the price is going to continue to go up. Just like if you're buying, it's best to buy when it's diving down in the red, not when it's settled down somewhere. Okay, it's best to buy it when it's moving down. Okay, so this is what the Kagodora is trying to teach you. We work with motion. We don't work with still shit. Okay, we don't go looking in a pond that's a cesspool and scoop for water. We're looking for rivers and streams and springs to drink from. Okay, so we're turning this crypto market into a stream. We're making it move. And we're making it move because we're only moving in movement. So we sit back and we don't do anything until it's moving. We sell when it's moving up and we buy when it's moving down. Otherwise, we're watching. Okay, we're watching for it to move. We're not crabs. We don't buy in a sideways range. Okay, you got to start support and sound logic. We got a couple of active bakas. Okay, probably more than a couple. Okay, but there's two. There's one baka that I'm we work. Okay, we're doing things on a daily. Okay, so You guys got to join the frequency because at the end of the day, we need signatures. When you're holding the Kagodora, you're making an etheric signature. Okay, and this is why it's hard for you guys to do it, because you guys realize you're really making a life and death decision when you decide to join sound logic away from what you're doing now. Something is going to die, and that's the corrupt spirit. Okay? So you just got to trust. It's like going through an addiction. What are you going to do with yourself with all that time when you're not doing whatever you were addicted to? Okay, so there's lots of structure here to keep you occupied. Okay, this is all planned. This like shit that's been 20 years in the works. Okay, we're not getting into any details. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to check out now is we're going to look at the time. Okay, we're going to look at the time. Okay, so right now the clock, let's just refresh that. Okay, so right now it's 4:55. Okay, so 4 do's and 55 go do's. So every do is 2 hours and 25 minutes. Okay, so right now 4 times 2.25 is 9. Okay, let me just do that math again. 4 times 2 is 8. 25% times 4 is a whole. So 8 plus 1 is 9. Okay, plus 55 is like almost 60. And if there's 90, which is 2.5, so just say almost 10 hours. Okay, let's just round it off to 10 hours. Okay, let's just round that off to 10 hours. All right, there's 2.25 in every do. Okay, so that's 2 hours and 25 minutes. So that's 180 minutes. Okay, it's like an hour and a third, whatever. Okay, I already did the math. It's 2 hours and 25. Okay, everything calculates, reduces to the number 9 in this system. Okay, because it's always spiraling up. All right, so let's round it off to 10. Okay, so let's do this. All right, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go and we're gonna see if it correlates to a shift in the market. Okay, let's check this out. So we're on the hourly. Okay, and let's count back 10. 1. This little spike can count as 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so listen. I didn't pre-organize this video. I didn't go through my material before I decided to do this. Okay? Because I have full confidence in what I realize. And what I realize is that the master parasite, the Draco, is attached to Ra. Okay? And it only can be attached to Ra by being able to be attached to the souls, to the living life forms. Okay? And it can't attach itself forcefully. It can only attach itself voluntarily. You understand, people? Okay? So this means we have to believe that we need to acquire something that's outside of what has been provided by Baal, by Ra, by Source, or something has been removed from us that we need to obtain, the application, the augmentation. Okay, and so this cryptocurrency, this market is just one out of an endless different, objects of application. Okay, that we believe in this case it's going to augment our ability to earn finances. Okay, you got that. All right, so instead of us planting and being stewards, we believe that we're going to use this market, so that we can go to the grocery store and buy food and participate, in this draconian, odd society. Now, that's not the case for all of us, but I'm just saying in general, this is the idea that it advertises: fast cars, trips, vacations, all that kind of stuff. It's not showing people fucking buying farms and giving the finger to blockchain. They're not telling you about all the successes. They only tell you about the liquidations. And now, like I've said in videos in the past, they tell you about all the lost lives, right? They don't know, oh, billions of dollars liquidated in 2,000 suicides, right? This is how insane it is, okay? But you can see, okay, so we're getting the Kagodora has accuracy so far in time. This is why you need the actual ticker. Okay, so go to Google, go to Apple, and download the Kagodora. Okay, you can't be holding crypto and not want to spend the $17 and want to look at this every day. Okay, please. Okay, please. Okay, we know everybody's listening. We know everybody's watching. Okay? All right? You got that? Let me tell you a quick story. So one time one of my videos had 4 likes and it had no views. Okay? 4 likes and no views. Think about that for a moment. Okay? This digital technology does not want you to operate by your senses. It wants you to be looking at shit. Okay? It wants you to be looking at shit, people. Okay? So by tomorrow, okay, if this is about 10 hours, that means we have 13 hours left. Okay? About that. So by noon tomorrow, let's just say by 1 o'clock for sure, this is going to turn into 1850. So I'm saying it now. Watch for movement in the market. All right? Now, another thing Real Eldu mentioned was that, you know, based on the energetic flow, Bitcoin actually might not make it too much higher than this. Okay, it might get back down to 94. Okay, so that's why I'm thinking if this theory is correct, then perhaps, tomorrow by noontime we will know which way it's going to go. It's either going to, if it can't break 95, people, then we have to expect it to be going down. Okay, now I'm hoping that it's the weekend. They're not going to allow that to happen until Saturday night or Sunday when, China has their Monday market open. Okay, that's when we'll really tell. Okay, but I'm banking on greed. I'm banking on the fact that I've mentioned to everybody many times, by the time the Kagodora reaches 1867, we are in that turn now. Okay, we are in that turn. Okay, 1867, so we are 18 days away. Okay, we are 18 days away. Okay, and I did mention in the past that this fell on November the 27th, which is Thanksgiving. All right, so, there's a lot happening, people. There's a lot happening. All right, so quickly, another thing that I'm going to begin to do during the crypto shit shower report is letting you guys in on a little bit of things that happen on this year so you can see how it affects the markets. Okay, because every day or every ray represents a past year. Okay, I keep telling you, when our Kagodora reaches 2026 and then 2027, the next ray after that is 2028. These Dracos cannot conjure up resets. Everything is going to be in the future. So even things that they do, it doesn't matter how wicked it is, it's not going to come to pass, or it can't be recalled until 27,000 years from now. Okay, this is serious shit. All right, so we're going to go to DeepSeek. Okay, we're going to go to DeepSeek, and we're going to find a summary. Okay, I asked it what significant events happened in 1849. Okay, so political upheaval in revolutions in